It's time to answer some questions on the first ever episode of Chris Talks. Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new series that I'm starting on BigCTV called Chris Talks. Now this is a series I've actually been planning on starting for a while. I just never got around to it because I figured I had more probably appealing videos that I could do. But I figure considering everything that's going on, this is as good a time as any to kick this off. So essentially what this series is intended to be is just me sharing opinions about things going on, whether it's sports, entertainment, food, whatever. I won't go into politics, just so you know, not my style, not my type of thing, so don't expect anything political or anything too controversial when it comes to that kind of topic. I will also answer your questions. So, if you would like to get your question read on a future episode of Chris Talks, tweet at BigCTV Show and use the hashtag Chris Talks, and I'll take a look at any questions you may have. You can also tag me on Instagram, use the hashtag Chris Talks, and I'll see if I can answer any of your questions that you may have. I'm hoping if I can get enough responses, I can do a full viewer question episode where I can just answer everybody's questions. So for now, since this is a brand new series and I haven't gotten a whole lot of responses yet, I'm just going to answer some questions that you may have about what got me started on this, maybe a little bit of the history of BigCTV, that kind of thing. So the first question that I'm going to answer is what got me started on YouTube and what got me started doing this channel. Well, BigCTV has actually been around for a very long time. We started back in, I believe, 2008, 2009, something like that. However, our original home was not YouTube. It was a website called GameSpot, which is still around. It was a gaming website. And I was very active there at the time, right when I was finishing up high school and starting college. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to start making videos, which were more so like blog type things, all about video games, my video game collection, that kind of stuff. So I started the series over there. It ran for a little while. And then eventually I realized that GameSpot's uploader was kind of garbage. So I transitioned over to YouTube, which was fairly new at the time. So I moved over to YouTube. I think it was like 2009, 2010, somewhere around then. On the Rooster's Crow Productions channel, which has been not super recently, but fairly recently rebranded as Rooster's Crow Films. Started making videos there, not only for BigCTV, but that was also original home of the Thrill Seekers, which was my theme park series. So in 2014, after making videos on that channel for a while, I decided, you know what, both BigCTV and the Thrill Seekers are too big to be just lumped together on one channel. So I split them apart and made two separate channels. So BigCTV has its own channel, which is what you're viewing this video on, and the Thrill Seekers has its own channel, which is all focused around theme parks and theme park entertainment. That's kind of what leads me to today. Obviously, those two channels have been growing a fair amount since 2014. We experienced a whole bunch of years where the channels just really weren't developing. But of course, now we live in an age where digital media and being able to view YouTube and videos on smartphones and all kinds of devices has caused exponential growth when it comes to viewership, not just on my channel, but most YouTube channels in general. So I'm very proud of the fact that this channel has been around for a very long time, and even though when you compare it to the success of a lot of other channels out on the internet, we're a drop in the bucket. I mean, I'm getting pretty close to hitting 600 subscribers, which to most people is nothing, but to me it's a big deal because I've never gotten that far. And I would once again like to thank everybody. I know I've said it many times, but if you are a subscriber, if you have subscribed to either BigCTV or Thrill Seekers, or both, thank you for helping our growth and helping make this channel and both of those channels as awesome as possible, because, I mean, I love making these videos, and partially I do make them for myself because I like to be able to re-watch some of the things that I've done over the years, but you're the ones who really make it possible. And getting your feedback and your thoughts have caused my videos to not only improve, but to expand the reach and do all kinds of new stuff. So thank you for that. So that's kind of the origin of where BigCTV came from. Now, one question that a lot of you may have is, what is the relevance of the name BigCTV? My original screen name back in high school was BigC43. And some of the reasons are pretty obvious as to why I chose that name. Of course, my name is Chris, that's C. I'm a big guy. Big makes sense. I've always been big pretty much since high school, or actually middle school really. And the number 43 because that was my jersey number when I played varsity basketball in high school. So I really took that number to mean a lot to me. So I use it all the time in different things. So BigC43 was my screen name. And then because that was my screen name on GameSpot, I decided, well, if I'm gonna make a vlog series, it'd be kind of cool to give it a name that ties into my screen name. So I came up with BigCTV because I'm like, well, instead of the 43, let's make it TV, videos, why not? So that's how the name came about, and that's the name I've stuck to for a long time, and I think it's a great name. Obviously, I haven't changed it and have no intention of changing it anytime soon, so I hope everybody likes the name. If you don't, no one said anything, so that's positive. In terms of what got me started on some of the things that are big on BigCTV, obviously Taste Test was something I started back in the GameSpot days, or the early YouTube days. I'm trying to remember which one it was. I think it was early YouTube. When I was starting off on YouTube, my original goal was to kind of make it a digital variety show. So we had skits, we had gameplay videos, we had little segments that were broken up. And the goal was to make a 10-minute video or so that showed a whole bunch of different things and people could watch them and enjoy them for what they were. One of the things that came about was I started doing a series called Taste Test. And the first thing that I tried was when they brought back Surge in 2012 or 13, I think it was 2013. I tried that for the channel, ordered a 6-pack from Amazon, and that was kind of what began the Taste Test thing. And as I continued to do Taste Tests, they became more and more popular. Eventually, when I decided, rather than doing the whole seasons thing and the larger form episodes, I broke off different segments into their own thing. Taste Test was by and large the most popular series I did, so I kept doing them, and that's why they've become such a big part of the channel, is because they're fun, they're easy, and I think they're a great way for me to kind of convey to all the viewers what kinds of food not only do I like, but things you might want to try, because I feel I've done a good job of kind of branching out with Taste Test and coming up with new ideas and new suggestions on things for you to try. So the goal is, of course, to encourage everybody to go out there, try some new products that you might not have thought about before. And that's kind of what has caused stuff like Winging It to come out, or Fast Food Throwdown. They're kind of spin-offs of Taste Test, where similar idea, but instead of focusing on trying brand new products, we just try existing products and compare them, contrast, because people love comparing and contrasting and saying something is better than the other. So I enjoy those too. I watch them all the time on YouTube, so I figure why not do a series like that. So I'm glad everyone's really digging Winging It and Fast Food Throwdown. Those are two series that are a lot of fun to make, and I really enjoy doing them, so thank you for that. Alright, so one more question that I figure I'll answer before we call this video a day is, of course, what caused me to go with daily uploads? When I first started the channel, never really expected to do daily uploads. I kind of planned on releasing content as I made it. Because I know for a while, the thought process behind that was, well, I don't like waiting for content. I like to have it as soon as it's available. So rather than setting a schedule, I would just, as soon as I made a video, I'd release it. And of course, earlier this year, I came to the conclusion that, you know what, if I make a bunch of videos and release them on a daily basis, That way, I'll have a constant stream of new content, so there's always something new on the channel, but also gives you a little more time to enjoy a video, because there were days where I would release like 4, 5, 6 videos in the same day, and you barely had enough time to enjoy one before the next one came out. So that's part of why I decided to do the daily upload challenge, as I originally called it back when we started in end of January. And that's part of what caused me to continue that to be daily uploads to this day. Is, I figured people really enjoyed the daily videos, and especially with everything that's going on right now, having a little bit of new things to watch, because I know eventually, we do live in a world where there's almost infinite amount of things to do and see on TV, whether it's video games or movies or TV shows, all kinds of streaming apps. There's tons of stuff to do, but having something new, because a lot of the big productions are all halted or canceled because of everything that's going on, would be kind of nice. And this is kind of a nice little daily dose of reality and life from someone who enjoys it that I can present to you. So that's why I started doing the daily uploads, and that's why I'm continuing the daily uploads as long as I possibly can. And trust me, when I've come to a point where I don't have content to give you, I will let you know in advance. So if I decide to take a break, or if something's going on and I can't release videos on a daily basis, I will of course let everybody know ahead of time, so that way you know not to expect new videos. So there you go. Those are some questions that you might have wondered about BigCTV, about the channel, the content, all that good stuff. If you have questions you want me to answer for a future episode of Chris Talks, be sure to tweet at BigCTV Show on Twitter, or follow me on Instagram at BigCTV Show, and use the hashtag Chris Talks to ask me a question, and I will be sure to get back to as many of those questions as possible. If you want to leave a comment in the YouTube comments, use the hashtag Chris Talks, and I'll try to get to those as well. Just want to try to get as many user questions as possible that I can answer. And yes, I have not forgotten about the questions that I asked in past taste test videos. I will get to those. It's just going to take a little while to go through them all and gather them. So anyway, thank you for watching this episode of Chris Talks. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of the new series. Remember, new videos come out every day at noon Eastern time, so hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, that way you'll know when a new video drops. Also, if you want a daily dose of theme parks and are sad that you can't go to them right now, subscribe to the Thrill Seekers. We've got all kinds of content from Walt Disney World, Universal Studios, SeaWorld, Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm, Universal Hollywood, all kinds of stuff. And I'm going to try to keep releasing content on that channel that discusses theme park related stuff as well. So I've actually still got a few videos that I can edit and upload that I'll probably do over the weekend. So anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you next time on Chris Talks. Bye.